Good evening, everyone. So I was just mopping my floor and I was having some thoughts. I had posted a picture earlier today with my grandbaby. She got a little opportunity to help out volunteering at one of the helping agencies here in our town. And I posted a picture because it filled my little heart. So she is my little best friend. And I was kind of mopping and thinking to myself, uh, one of the things that I am allowed to do by the grace of God is to be able to teach group to individuals that at some point in their lifetime chose substances and alcohol rather than making a better choice. And that kind of ended them up either on probation or parole. So on some Mondays and Thursday nights, I go and I teach a group. So our topic was spirituality. And then the pictures came of my granddaughter and some other stuff happened. And so we were talking last night in group about how you're not in control. And so I got to thinking like everything that my granddaughter kind of warms my heart. Like when she does things, I get all excited. And I got to thinking, I have one of my children had always felt like I was always working and somewhere else and not at like enough school functions. And then that kind of made me think about my dad and some of the choices that he made. And he never saw my older sister and I share the same father. He never saw us graduate, but he saw our older children graduate. And some of the things that my granddaughter is doing, like all of my children's experiences in school for me were not great and for them were not great, but she loves it and she loves to learn and she loves to help. And I was like, dang, this is the stuff that I wanted to be, when my kids were growing up. And I participate in a lot that she does because she's doing what she's supposed to do. And I am one that does not award bad behavior. So in my mind, as I was mopping, when I got off of work, yes, my thought was to mop, even though it's raining. My thought was to mop, uh, because I hadn't done it. I had a little hand surgery and I hadn't done it, but that's neither here nor there. But in my mind, I kept thinking, what if, like all of these ideas we have for ourselves and for our children, they're wonderful ideas, but God doesn't have that plan. And we don't pray and ask things in God's will. We ask things for what we want. And that's not what God's will is. And then we get really hard on ourselves about things when they don't go the way we wanted them to go. When our desires and our wants aren't met according to what we want, but it's all about God's will and not our will. So, what if in these spaces and times that I wish better for myself or I wish better for my children, that just wasn't the plan because that wasn't going to elevate us or grow us in the area that God wanted to elevate or grow us in. We needed a different experience. And sometimes those experiences, like I was telling group last night, sometimes those experiences don't feel good, don't look good, they not comfortable, and we are born into this world wanting to be happy and wanting to be comfortable. We do not want to suffer and we don't want to deal with anything that is not comfortable and does not feel good, look good, sound good. We want everything easy and we want it to be smooth sailing. And that doesn't grow you and that doesn't make you continuously seek God. Only thing that does is make you happy and comfortable. And it doesn't benefit your soul or your spirit in any kind of way. So I said all that and I was thinking and I was like, I got to be a little gentler with myself and give myself a little bit grace because at whatever time I was raising my kids or whatever was going on, I did the best I could in that time and in that moment and in what I had. And my children need to be gentler with themselves. Yeah, we make wrong choices and we are quick. And I mean, it's a joke. Some ethnicities do it better about people that do drugs and about criminal activity, but everybody's got somebody in our family and we don't look at them as bad people because they made bad decisions. I've got a plethora of people in my family that have did time in jail, that have did drugs, that are on probation, parole, whatever the case. And I don't look at them as a bad person. It's a choice that we make. But we don't ever let people recover from their choices. But what if God did us like that? Because there's some stuff maybe you didn't go to jail for, or maybe you never got caught doing by somebody else, but you still did it. And you and God know, and it's going to come a day when you got to answer for that. So, you think you nickel slick, but he got your penny change. So just keep on doing what you're doing. But we have to be mindful enough to know that some things that we wish, want, and desire are not happening because that is not God's plan. And we have to understand that there is a God that is so much greater, so much more knowledgeable than us about what needs to happen in our life. And sometimes we have to accept the here and the now, and then we have to grow from it, and we have to do better in our lives.